Hello Flosstube friends, I am Lisa and this is my channel Cross by Floss, where I talk about cross stitching and life blabbings and cross stitching. So today is actually a special video and it is a mybobbin.com unbagging, because really it came in a bag. So not really an unboxing, but an unbagging. And so I just wanted to let you guys know, of course, there's so many cross stitch stores out there, loads of websites, Etsy stores. Of course, there's a big box store. You may live close to a local needlework store. There's just so many places where you can find, needle art kind of items. And I have utilized all of them, honestly. I have gone to websites, I've gone to Etsy, I have gone to the big box stores, and I'm lucky I have an L&S that's very close to me and another one that's fairly close to me. I have normally ordered pretty much within the US, and not for any reason other than I've just been able to find places in the US. And I've known that there are stores within, other countries, and I was lucky that one reached out to me and asked if I would review their products and do a video on them. So I said yes, I would love to, because again, like I said, I've done a couple of subscriptions like out of the UK, but really that's been it. Like I haven't actually gone to a website and purchased something. And so I thought this is a great opportunity to see what it's like, to see if there would be customs issues, if, how long it would come, all those kinds of things. So how about we go into kind of like what happened? So a very nice lady named Olga reached out to me from mybobbin.com and asked if I would, like to get some free products and review them on my channel. And I said, absolutely, I would love to. But please know that, I'm going to be honest in my review. If there's issues, I will say that. If the product is not what I was expecting, I would say that. I would be very honest in my review. And she said, we expect nothing less, basically. And so I said, heck yes, let's do it. And of course, these transactions, were back and forth. I'm a little slow on my email. And so it took a little while, it back and forth. So she got a hold of me, I would say mid-February, and with all of our back and forth, and then by me going to their website, I didn't actually make an order until March 1st. So what I did was, after she confirmed that yes, that they were great with my review, whatever it was going to turn out to be, and then she told me a dollar amount that that they do reviewers for, and that I could pick any products that I wanted. So I went on to their website, and I will admit I'd never been on mybobbin.com before. I know that other people have done reviews on them, but I just had never gone on to have a look. And I was very surprised at how much stuff they have on that website. It is not just cross stitching. They have all kinds of kits, latch hook kits, embroidery kits. They have notions like lights and needles and that kind of thing. They have fabric. They have knitting and crocheting items. I mean, it's awesome how much stuff that they have on there. But I was interested in the cross stitch stuff. So I went to the cross stitch patterns and the cross stitch kits. And I'm one of those people that if I'm going to do a review, I would like to see all of the patterns that you have. So that took me a couple of nights to go through all the pages. There were over 4,000 cross stitch patterns. And I know, probably a little weird, but if I'm gonna make an honest review, I'd like to see what there is within the whole website. And I have to say that I was blown away by, you know, you could get a very, very small kit for very little money, all the way up to like $50, $60, $70 kits, you know. And so I thought what I would do is I would pick 3 items. One was a PDF, so I could see how that download was and the quality of the PDF. And then I chose 2 kits from different designers, or designers, and what that quality was. And then I also chose like a little more expensive one and a little cheaper one, again, to see what the quality was. And so it all came. So like I said, Olga reached out to me February 18th. I finally made an order March 1st. And I got my download right away. So let me show you. I chose one PDF. So this is the pattern that I chose as my PDF. And it came right away. It was available right away. So this is the front cover. And this is from a designer called Alena Koshkina. And it tells you the dimension. It gives you, you know, what they feel is a best 8-14 fabric. And then inside, let me see here. And then they give you, now I printed my pattern and everything in black and white, but the cover page in color. But then, you know, the color key, very, very clear. The symbols are clear. Everything was fantastic. I'm going to show you just a tiny bit of a pattern, of the pattern, because you can't do anything with it. Let's see here. But like I said, I printed this out in black and white. Now I will say that this pattern has full cross, half cross, and back stitching in it. And actually the back stitching was a little more than I thought it was going to be. But that is what the pattern looks like. Super clear, super clear. And so I was very impressed. Now that's part of the back stitching. Now the cool thing about the PDF, you guys, was it comes in color. So this particular pattern had 19 pages with it that you could download. I chose what I wanted to download. So you got colored pages, the pattern in colored, or the pattern in black and white. And then along with the colored, you got the pattern without the back stitching, and then you got the pattern with the back stitching. So you could choose to do all of, you know, your pattern without, and then go back and fill in, because the lines for the back stitching are very prevalent. Like, I don't think I've ever received a PDF like this before. It's fantastic. I was blown away. So like I said, March 1st is when I made my order. March 1st, I was able to get the PDF download. And then March 2nd or 3rd, I received a tracking number for the rest of my products. And so, like I mentioned, I had bought 2 kits. And so along the way, like every step of the way, there has been communication. And so, you know, March 1st, I got some communication regarding my PDF was ready for download and how to go and get it. There was a link in the email as well to get it. And then March 2nd, 3rd, I received communication that my order had been packed and shipped, and here was the tracking number. And then March 14th, I think, Olga reached out to me and said, hi, you know, how are you doing? And I see that your products are in the US already, and hopefully you get them soon. And all along the way, I was getting communication about my products. And I would like to, I'm also, along with not being great about my email, checking my email, I'm also not great about checking my mail because it's in a lockbox. And so from the 14th until the 20th, when I actually got my mail out of the box, when I went to get the mail out of my box, I saw this as the package, and it was in just, you know, one of those white, whatever envelopes they call the plasticky kind of envelopes. And then look at all of those lovely postage stamps. Pretty. I always like getting postage stamps from other countries. It's interesting to see. And then inside the package, inside that envelope, the kits were wrapped in this brown craft paper with llamas all over it. How cute are those? Super cute. And so it was all nicely wrapped. Now, I will say that I did buy 2 kits, and, you know, they come in these horrible plastic envelopes. I do not like them. They make so much noise. And then they have that icky, you know, tape on them. So if you take your pattern out and put your pattern back in, something gets caught on that tape. So I went and just bought some zip top baggies in a 10 by 13 size, I think. And then I just put them in there, my patterns and stuff in there, because then everything is still all contained, but it doesn't make that horrible sound and nothing gets caught. So the very first kit that I chose was this one here. That's super pretty. And it is called Light of Inspiration, and it's by the Magic Needle Company, Magic Needle Cross Stitch. And this kit has 14 count Aida in it, the color chart, and then the organizer with cotton threads, instructions, and a needle. So I opened it up, and this is what I saw. Here is the fabric. So it is a very stiff 14 count Aida, cut to size with, I'm not sure what kind of border, honestly. I don't know how much of a border you get on this. I would have to look at it and measure it out. And then you got there's 2 thread cards here with the threads and the numbers that correlate with the pattern. And then you got a really nice colored pattern, and I'm going to show you just a touch. So this is Light of Inspiration, and look at how clear those symbols are, and you know, nice size. Definitely can see this pattern, no problem at all. Now the instructions are in both Russian, I think, and English. There is actually an English insert on how to do the cross stitching, the half cross stitch that it has, full cross stitch, and then how to do the back stitching. So that is on there, as well as, oh, look at that, instructions for embroidery kits, magic needle. So the magic needle kit. So it tells you also how to do couching and French knots, and how to prepare your fabric, everything you need basically to start off cross stitching, especially if you're new. And a kit is, you know, a good way to go when you're a new cross stitcher, because everything comes with the kit. This one has a needle. There's the needle there. It's a good size needle. It's got a good eye on it. and it's a sharp needle, which when you need to do half stitches, because you have to break the, you know, sometimes you have to break your threads on the fabric. Having a sharp needle is very, very important to do that. So that was kit number 1. It's very pretty. I'm very impressed. The colors are lovely. And the pattern looks fantastic. So readable and everything. So really nice. And that was the cheaper of the 2 kits. And you'll see why in a minute. So the second kit that I chose was this one called, I don't know what it's called. Nope, don't know what it's called. But she reminds me of, you know, one of those little Renaissance ladies sitting in the garden. And I love the colors. It was so pretty. So now this one comes with 16 count Aida. It is by Alyssa Collection, and that is the name of the pattern. I'm wondering if it says Happy Thoughts. It's on my packing slip. It says Happy Thoughts. Now this one comes with a 16 count Aida. I'm gonna try and get them all out here properly. Okay, so when it came, let me show you how the kit actually came. So it came all packaged up like this. So it's all like this. And I took off the pattern and the front cover, and the threads are encased with the fabric. So here is the 16 count. It's just white Aida, again, super stiff, which most kit Aidas seem to be, at least in my experience. But you know, you can combat that by soaking it. I have soaked mine. You want to stitch your edges though, because they'll fray, or put fray check on. And then I soak it and with warm water, and then, you know, squeeze it out, hang it over my dry rack, and just let it air dry. And then with your hands, it becomes more pliable. May not work the first time. It might still be a little stiff, but you want to get that, I don't know if they starch it or what. I have no idea, but some are stiffer than others. And then it has these three cards with the floss on them. And the floss, again, really beautiful. Like, look at these colors. Really beautiful colors. There's that one there. That one there. And you get plenty of floss. Like, that's a lot of floss. And that one there. And then it comes also with a needle right there. So again, everything you need for the kit, and then a little instruction sheet. This one is all in Russian, but I mean, it's got diagrams on it, pretty easy to figure out. And then let me show you the pattern. This pattern is huge. The pattern is huge. It is all one sheet, so I obviously can't show you that, but let's see here. I'll show you a tiny bit. Show you a tiny bit. So that's, you know, that's what the symbols look like. Maybe that way. No, it's still upside down. Anyways, you can see the symbols, the colors, very easy to read. But I will say it's one great big poster size sheet, basically, of pattern. So that is something that, you know, hopefully you have access to a printer, scanner kind of thing, and are able to, you know, zero in on sections of the pattern, or I don't know if this could be converted into Pattern Keeper. I have no idea. Yeah. So that's what I got from mybobbin.com. I was impressed, you guys. I am impressed by the quality of the patterns. Now I know that, I mean, they've got all kinds of designers on there. They've got Roalis kits. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. I can't do those because they've got wool in them, and I'm allergic to wool. So it's wool threads, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful kits. You know, the majority, I would say, that of the kits that they had, everything, there was hardly anything out of stock. It was just really easy. It was easy to look for patterns, and like I said, they ranged from like a $2, $3, $4 pattern all the way up to, I think some of the kits were maybe $60, $70. But very reasonable, very reasonable. I didn't pay for shipping, so I don't know what shipping would be. And I don't remember on their website if you did a certain dollar amount whether shipping was free. I don't remember. So I can't speak to the shipping, but for the shipping cost. But I can say that the shipping itself was very fast. I did not pay anything. I didn't have any hassles with, you know, additional customs. It wasn't opened to see what was in there and then retaped. It came no problem. And like I said, communication the whole entire way. I was very, very impressed. And would I buy from them again? Absolutely would. I have a good printer, and so I probably would do PDF charts because, well, as you know, I have a large stash of fabric and floss. So, you know, for me, having kits isn't as imperative. I could do a lot of PDF downloads, and they had a large, beautiful selection of PDF downloads. So my recommendation is, I mean, it was a fantastic process from beginning to end. I didn't feel hounded in any way, shape, or form by all of the emails, you know, that came through to let me know where my stuff is. In fact, I appreciate that because sometimes I do a lot of ordering and sometimes I forget what I've ordered, and then I have to go through, you know, my emails to see when I purchased it, get to PayPal, go have a look, you know, the whole deal. And so having some reminders every once in a while that something is coming and it's being delivered I loved it. I loved it. So if you are looking for really beautiful kits or PDF charts and want to try a good company, I highly recommend mybobbin.com, and I will have all that information linked down below, as well as the kits I bought. And yeah, so thank you so much to Olga for reaching out to me and for giving me this opportunity. It was a great process, and I would highly recommend. So anyways, I hope you all have a wonderful day. I will have another video up pretty soon. My regular video, a little behind this week, but you'll see that soon, I hope. All right, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.